2 days ago, I filled this with cold water. It's a medium char barrel. We filled it with cold water to test how waterproof it was. Leaked within an hour. Emptied it out, filled it with nearly boiling water. It's fully sealed. Nothing has come out, no leaks anywhere. So it's the exciting part. Taking the benchmark foolproof and putting it inside the cured barrel. Vice grip in hand. Before we do this, to reiterate the process that we did to cure the barrel, purchased it, pulled it out, rinsed it, and then filled it with cold water, tested where it was leaking. It was still leaking down here on the bottom, and we filled it with near boiling water. And now let's just try to get this out so we could drain it and then do the magic, baby. Do the magic. This is really in there. All right. And we're going to do the rest of the draining in the bathtub. Be right back. Okay, now that that's finally done, before we fill it up, I wanted to make sure that the spout is clean, everything else is clean, it's closed back up. Couple of bits of char came out, and now the exciting part. So I chose foolproof. Again, if you didn't see the previous video, I chose foolproof because supposedly it's supposed to be just like Stag Jr. George T and Stag Jr. are some of my favorite pours. We actually did a blind, my wife and I. We did a blind of W.L. Weller, George T, Weller 12, and Weller Foolproof at a restaurant one night. And George T, hands down. So benchmark comes in at 125. Just a little young. Bright. And I'm a high proof kind of guy. Larceny, barrel proof. Rabbit hole. A little bit of vanilla. A little bit of cherry. But it's bright. So everybody said, take foolproof. Age it a little bit. Because it's a smaller format barrel and more of your bourbon is going to touch the walls to go in and out of the oak, you can go with 1, 2, 3 weeks. Some people said 4 weeks might be a little too much, but again, it depends on the barrel. So what we're going to do here every week on, let's just do Fridays. Every Friday, while I live stream, and my live stream is twitch.tv/RealDJYoshi, 5 to 7 p.m. Every Friday between 5 and 7 p.m., we're just gonna take a little bit of a pour. Again, in my last video, I said this is going to spend a few days here in the studio. It's gonna spend a few days in the attic. It gets a little hotter. It's gonna spend some time down in the basement. Gets a little cooler. And that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna see how it ages. Let's go. Some ASMR stuff going on right now. I think what I would like to do also is, if this goes well, we're gonna do a test. We'll take the same barrels, the same aging, except we'll do one on each floor of the house. Exposed to different conditions, and it's winter time here in Jersey. So this morning, it was 18 degrees when I was taking the dog out for a walk. My wife likes the heat, so main living space is 71 degrees. It's a little too hot for me. 69 for me is just perfection, all year round. Put the bung back in. More's gonna spill out. Oh, alcohol abuse. That's it. I'm excited. The first aging, micro aging that I've ever done. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any other suggestions, bourbon-wise, We do videos here for golf. I'm an avid golfer. As I'm on my road to hitting 120 miles an hour on my swing speed and getting down to scratch. And we also do music videos, helping DJs build six-figure businesses. Tune in sometime. We do live streams on Fridays, again, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern. And hopefully, the bourbon is going to start taking off. A bunch of friends and I, we get together and we do bourbon blind tests. So, Chester, Ronga, Rudy, Paulo, Chris, Tom, the entire team, we're going to start recording it. And we get really dumb. And we're not experts. No snobbery here. It's still pretty good.